mine's a bit longer than everyone else's, sorry. Okay. You're so beautiful, he said. She's so beautiful. I said, I love you. He said, I love her. I said, are you sure? He said, all girls are intimate with their friends. He said, it's probably just a phase. He said, it's okay with me. He said, this time smirking and raising his eyebrows. I'm gay, I said. I cordially invite you to have a three-way, I said. Wait, that isn't how it happened. That's just what he said. All of the he said, I guess I mostly remember the he saids because my memory is so clogged up by his mansplaining my own sexuality to me, talking at me like a storm, sending me a storm from his protected shelter, leaving me in the cold and rain shivering. The water entered my skin, leaving me nothing but a soggy mess, drowning in a tsunami of words I didn't get to say. I knew they were right in my head, but he and I had different mannerisms of speech. He lost his voice while speaking, while I grew the reflex of uncertainty and apology. I guess I only remember the he-saids because my memories of him belong to the voices in which I march against. I now wonder why it was ever hard for me to admit I loved her and not him. Maybe because around her I only ate chocolate, but around him I ate Skittles, and somehow my screaming mouthful of rainbows wasn't colorful enough to show him why I couldn't love him. Maybe because when you look up the word dyke, the two words a lesbian come up, and even the definition of a Nazi gives more in-depth description of evil. If you're gonna hate us, at least give us the power to be evil. But I guess that's why my memory is so clogged up with only he-saids, because I was too evil to have a voice. My love too maniacal to be authentic. How come the word straight is so geometrically pleasing, a line whose perfection is infinite, while our identities are shoved into a basket labeled with a near rhyme to less being? I say ours because when I feel alone, I categorize myself with the parts of Phoebe I don't yet like, the more colorful sides, the others shades of gray, not because I categorize queer women into an R. The gay community is miscommunicated, misheard, assumed we all know each other like inmates in a prison. But being gay is far more criminal than criminals themselves. We have to justify the moment we realize we loved a girl. As my great-grandmother said, we blame our flaws on what we were given or not given by our mothers. Can we even imagine the horrific toll on a child to have two? If their children end up gay, they must have stepped on too many cracks on the sidewalk on their way home from a birthday party after receiving a temporary tattoo that never fully washed off. You taught us to be afraid of a villain like the Joker, whose costume is only a costume, convinced us to think that the fearful part of him was the frightening look on his face and not his monstrosity lurking like the predators on college campuses. They've conditioned us to fear the women. How can they even teach the fear that is truly bone-breaking? The true fear is seen the day it is legalized for Cruella de Vil and Ursula to flaunt their matching wedding bands. Femininity to you is weak, but a strong woman is the scariest it can get. And God forbid a strong masculine woman. To refer to a woman as masculine and strong is the only time masculine and strong go together appropriately. I didn't like your hands because they reminded me of your grasped, undeserved privilege you were handed, killing the possibility that anyone's living could be harder than yours, while hers birthed chords and love letters we didn't have to change the pronouns for. I love you, she said. Her soft smile tiptoed upon my lips. Her touch took the pencils out of my hands and colored in my gray spots. Her voice cleared my memory, and finally, I said,